Kelly. Welcome back to my channel where we talk all about gentle skincare and sometimes self-care. So if that's your vibe, please consider hitting subscribe. And today I've got a whole new batch of summer approved moisturizers. Now, if you remember last year, I did a video all about really light plumping gel moisturizers. You can check that video out. Those recommendations still stand, but I've got a whole new batch for a whole new year. And I'm talking about really light gel moisturizers all the way up to plumping gel cream types of moisturizers. I've got a little bit of something in here for everybody, and of course it's all fragrance free. If you're so ready, give the video a big thumbs up and let's get started. First up is the Jumiso Waterfull Hyaluronic Acid Cream. Now you're going to look at the ingredients list and see it's bursting full of humectants. Lots of humectants on here that are really great for hydrating the skin. We do have pre and probiotic ingredients in here, and this is starting to become a very trendy, fashionable thing in skincare, is having pre or probiotic ingredients, and those are supposed to help support a healthy microbiome. Now this isn't all just marketing. We have found that supporting a healthy skin microbiome actually supports a healthy skin barrier. Everything on your body is connected, everything is related, and pre and probiotic skincare ingredients may help to support a healthy microbiome. We do have both here in the moisturizer. Take it with a grain of salt, you know what I'm saying, but it is definitely interesting, and it's a really emerging area in skincare right now. Now there's really not a lot of occlusives on the ingredients list. Those are the types of ingredients that give you that like lock it in, seal it down, protective type of feel, and that's really reflected here in the texture. It is a gel cream texture, but it is so light. It's very like just like whipped gel texture, and you get it onto your skin and you're going to feel just this light burst of hydration. It's super quickly absorbed, and it is just like really light wearing on the skin. You don't feel like a heft to this or a weight to this. There's really not a lot of moisturization. I really do think that this is going to be the best for skin types that are a little bit more normal, balanced, and I think it's actually going to be fantastic for oily skin. Super light. It's the lightest one in the video. I'm going to work myself up in texture. So if you just want a whisper of a gel moisturizer for summertime, Jumiso has got you covered. Next up is the Peach and Lily Glass Skin Water Gel Moisturizer. Now this shares some common ingredient themes with Jumiso. We've got lots of humectants here, and we do have pre and probiotic ingredients. Now the Glass Skin line is really focused on giving you that beautiful, dewy, bouncy skin look, and that's what this moisturizer is promising, and I feel like it does a good job in delivering that. When you pump this out, you're going to see it's a real classic gel texture. No cream element here, just like nice classic gel. And as you work it onto your skin, whoa, it is so hydrating. You feel this burst of refreshing, watery, plumping hydration. Those humectants are put to work in this formula, and they really make your skin feel really bouncy, really juicy, really hydrated. I can't even describe the feeling. It's just so good. And like on a hot summer day, you know, like it's just like the heat is oppressive and you put on this like cooling, hydrating, plumping gel moisturizer. I love that feeling. I love when skincare just like refreshes and revives me from the heat. That's what this does. I can even see putting this in the fridge. I'm not even like the biggest fan of cool skincare, but on a hot day, this would feel amazing straight from the fridge, but I digress. It really plumps up your skin. That's this kind of hefty gel texture. It absorbs really nicely, and it does have slightly dewy glass skin kind of a sheen to the finish. But the funny thing is, I feel like at least on my skin, it like disappeared after 5 minutes. I think this is actually a great gel moisturizer for makeup prep, especially because it really conditions and smooths and plumps your skin, which is exactly the type of canvas you want before you put a little base makeup on, or even just a little bit of concealer. So I think it's a great like makeup prep type of product too. And it really does condition and soften the skin without the use of oils, which is really interesting. It has that skin softening maintaining that silky feel to it that I also really enjoy. It's a really nice one for summer, especially if you wear makeup. And I'm really going to recommend this one for more like oily, combination, and dehydrated skin types. This has a little bit more heft than Jumiso, but still really nice and light wearing on the skin. Next up is the KTW Birch Water Mild Facial Cream. Now this uses 5% of Panthenol, and I'm always raving about Panthenol as an ingredient because it's so good not only to hydrate your skin, it's got a lot of soothing abilities too, but it's also a great skin health ingredient. Panthenol helps to support your skin's lipid layer. Your skin's lipid layer is your moisture barrier, and that's what hugs in hydration. So not only does it hydrate your skin, it helps your skin hold on to hydration. So like dehydrated skin dream. Love Panthenol. Good amount here with 5%. Now this also uses 4% of jojoba oil, and this is actually not technically an oil. It's a wax ester if you want to get technical. But jojoba oil is actually a really nice oil that has a little bit of occlusive property. It's not like a full-on seal it in type of oil, but it does have a little bit of a like, I'm going to hold a little hydration and I'm going to lock it in just a little bit. So it's nice to see that paired up with Panthenol here in the cream. Now with all of that jojoba oil, you may be wondering, what's the texture like with this? And it is a watery gel cream. It's actually pretty thin watery gel cream. As you get it onto your skin, you're going to feel a burst of hydration. And then, you know, as it's quickly absorbing into your skin with all that hydration, you're going to feel some balancing moisture. It's not greasy. It's not oily. It's not even particularly rich, but it is balancing. It's comforting on the skin. I have combination skin, so my skin is craving hydration and moisture, usually in equal amounts. And I feel like that's what this is providing in a really light way. It's providing like, you know, half hydration and half moisture, like 50-50, really nice balanced mix. So hydration, moisture, a little bit of occlusivity, not a ton because we don't have really heavy occlusive ingredients here. We're getting a little bit of that lock it down kind of quality with the jojoba, but not a ton. And I think that's perfect for hot weather, especially hot and humid weather. Ooh, I do not want to feel heavy sealed off layers on my skin when it's really humid outside, right? I want my skin to be able to breathe. But a little bit of occlusivity is good, especially if you do suffer with some dehydration, because that's what kind of helps hug the hydration. That's what helps the Panthenol stay in your skin, right? So very, very light, very, very breathable. A little bit of a finish with this one, a little bit of dew on the skin, and it makes your skin feel really silky and conditioned and soft too, which I absolutely love. Now this is going to be my recommendation for those a little bit more combination skin, and especially those who do have some dehydration in the summertime. Panthenol is a beautiful ingredient. We've got ceramide NP in here too, which is also good for dehydrated skin. So yeah, combination skin, you're going to love it. If you're dehydrated, you're also going to enjoy this. Next is the Purito B5 Panthenol Re-Barrier Cream. Now this is actually really similar in formulation to the KTW. However, this cream actually has a little bit more heft, a little bit more moisture, and a little bit more occlusivity. So if the KTW sounded nice, but maybe a little too light for you, perk your ears up because this is a great alternative. So we do have 10% of Panthenol. You know how good that is for, you know, getting some hydration and keeping it in the skin. We do have a good amount of centella in here. We've got centella extract plus the 4 active compounds of centella, so great soothing benefit here. Plus we also have some niacinamide, which, you know, may brighten up the skin, but in this formula I think it's really working to support a healthy skin barrier. So the texture here, as I mentioned, it's got more heft to it. It's not as watery and thin as KTW, kind of holds itself together a little bit more, but we get that similar sensation of a lot of hydration on the skin, but you're going to notice a little bit more moisture in this texture as you work it into your skin. You're going to notice a little bit more emolliency. Still very light, still very plumping on the skin, but again, we're getting a little bit more with this one. And this also has a little bit more occlusivity occlusivity. I still find this to be very breathable, but I think if you're suffering with a lot of dehydration or even a little bit more dryness on your skin, this is going to be the better choice for you, because you do need a little bit more of that lock it in quality. Still not sealing the skin off, still not allowing it to breathe, but just enough to hold and hug the hydration and moisture and keep it where it needs to be, which is deep inside of your skin. So this is really going to be my recommendation if you have combination skin that leans more on the dry side. You know, because combination skin, it's not always like a 50-50 balance. Sometimes it's more oily, sometimes it's more dry. If you're leaning more dry, but you still like breathable skincare, this is the one for you. If you have dehydrated skin, lots and lots of Panthenol in this one, very barrier supportive formula, this is going to be the one for you. Now, my skin type, as I said, is combination. Usually leaning on the dry side, sometimes a little bit more balanced. When I'm feeling more balanced in the dead of summer, I might reach for KTW, but any other time and I want a really light gel moisturizer, I would go for the Purito. I wanted to make that distinction because these two seem very, very similar, but with Purito, you're definitely getting just a little bit more heft, a little bit more occlusivity, and a little bit more moisture. Next up is the Isntree Onion Newpair Gel Cream. Now, this is a gel cream that's got some serious brightening abilities. You know, we've talked a lot about like skin barrier health and sensitive skin and soothing, but this is something that can really help to brighten up the skin. So ingredients wise, we do have Panthenol in here and sodium hyaluronic, and we also have glycerin. These are all great humectants to really plump up your skin. We've got niacinamide, a great skin brightener, but we also have what I like to call SAP, or sodium ascorbyl phosphate. Now, this is actually a derivative of vitamin C. It is stable, so it's not going to oxidize on you, and it's incredibly gentle on the skin. So this derivative works a little bit more gently to brighten up your skin, bring a great antioxidant benefit and a great well-aging benefit to your skin. But that's not all in the brightening department. We also have tranexamic acid, one of my favorite brightening ingredients. So good for hyperpigmentation. You know, that dark mark left after you've had a pimple, but it also works on melasma and sun damage. Some of the hardest pigmentation to solve in skincare, right? So tranexamic acid is very, very powerful. It's really actually surprising to see it in a K-beauty product like this, but I'm all for it. So this is really focused on helping to brighten up your skin, and I feel like this delivers. This gel definitely does kind of help even out your skin and work on hyperpigmentation, but still in a gentle manner. I find this really, really interesting. And beyond that, the texture was not what I was expecting for being called a gel cream. I mean, look, it is a gel texture, but it's got some heft to it. A little bit of hydration here. I think this is going to give you a little bit of bouncy skin. Surprisingly, a nice amount of moisture here without the use of oils. So it's got a little bit of balance to it, and it's got really good occlusivity. I have ordered all the products in this video from the very lightest to building up with more moisture and building up with more occlusivity on the skin. And so as you can see in the order, we're really working up, and this gel really locks it in. It really locks it down. And I still don't feel like this is super thick because I'm pretty sensitive to that. I like a nice amount of occlusivity, but I can't go full occlusive like for my moisturizer, or my skin starts to feel suffocated. So this is just enough occlusivity for when I'm feeling a little bit more dehydration on my skin, but I still want to breathe. This has that nice amount. The finish on this is not shiny. We don't have any dew here. It's really rather matte to neutral. So I think it's a really nice finish. Because this gel has a little bit more heft to it, I am thinking about this more for combination skin types. I do think if you have oily skin, you might like this like just at nighttime, especially for the brightening benefit. You know, this is going to work on your skin as you're sleeping really nicely. I think it's still breathable and still a gel, you know, cream that's going to work for oily skin, but you may not like this in the middle of the day in the heat and the humidity. You know what I'm saying? More like a night gel cream type of situation. But I think definitely more combination to combination dry skin types are going to enjoy this. A secondary use for this product that I'm experimenting with right now that could be useful is as a sleeping pack. because I love sleeping packs, but in the summertime, like I don't want to have so many layers on my skin, right? And sometimes like that additional like sleeping pack layer, it's just too much, you know. This, because the gel is a little bit lighter, it's not as like creamy or moisturizing as some sleeping packs can be. I think that this could be a nice sleeping pack because the brightening benefits here, like you can't ignore it. Like it's a really good brightening product in a moisturizing format, which is super interesting. So I think that this could easily top off other skincare in the summertime or really any time of year. So multi-purpose, great ingredients, great benefits, nice texture. And I want to talk about the Pyunkang Calming Moisture Barrier Cream. Now this is not a gel cream situation here. This is a full-on cream, but it's a little bit lighter. When I first was trying out this product, I think it was in like the fall time, and I tried it and I was like, this feels really nice, but this feels way too light for my skin right now. And so I kind of like put it on my back shelf and I was like, I will bring you back out in the springtime and in the summer. And that's what I did. And I was like, this is gonna be awesome. I'm gonna be rocking this in the summertime because this has a lot of the qualities of moisturizer that I personally love, which is ceramides. You know, I love ceramides in my moisturizer. It's just one of those ingredients that I have pinpointed for my own individual skin that really makes a difference. It really helps keep my barrier strong and ultimately helps me fight off dehydration. So we've got ceramides in here. We've got a lot of fatty acids, some real good fatty acid content in here. Another ingredient I know really benefits my skin. The texture is a really light, airy cream texture. You're not gonna feel like the hydration and the plumping like with the other products that we've talked about, because this really is more of a traditional cream. It's just a light cream. So as you get it out onto your skin, you're gonna see that it's a very thin cream. As you work it into your skin, you're gonna feel emolliency, light emolliency. There is some oil happening in here. It doesn't feel really rich, but it does have that more moisturizing feel than the other products that we've talked about today. So a good amount of moisture in a nice light format, quickly absorbed, not like a shiny finish on the skin at all, not a heavy feeling. I mean, maybe I would say like medium light, you know, if I had to pick like a weight for how this feels, maybe medium light, but I'm leaning more on the light side. But I like a good medium moisturizer, and this is much lighter than some of my favorite moisturizers are. But so many good barrier supportive ingredients in here, some great emollients in here. It really makes your skin feel super soft and silky and emollient. I love it. It feels so good, but it doesn't have a huge amount of occlusivity to it. And I think for me, that's what makes a good summertime moisturizer and what makes like a moisturizer too light for me any other time of the year, because there's a little bit here, but there's not a lot. And so I think the nice moisturizing element, the nice light cream element feels good on my skin in summertime. But the lack of occlusivity the rest of the year, like it's not going to fly. It's not going to work for my skin. So if you're kind of like me, if you're combination more leaning on the dry side, you don't like a ton of occlusivity in your moisturizer, no matter what season it is, right? Like this doesn't have to just be for summer. But if you're not looking for a lot of occlusivity, but you are maybe looking for some of those barrier supportive elements, I do think that this Pyunkang cream could be just right for you. You know, when the weather turns really warm and humid, that's when I'm like shifting my whole skincare routine. And one of the first things that changes is moisturizer. So I hope this video helped you out, as maybe the temperatures are starting to warm up in your area right now. I am curious to know, do you have a favorite like warm weather moisturizer? Let me know in the comment box below. If you made it this far in the video and this helped you out, but you have not hit subscribe to my channel yet, please do consider doing that. I release a lot of new skincare content every single week, so consider turning on notifications too, so you're never out of the loop. I hope you are healthy, happy, and safe, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.